How's it going? Welcome back. I'm glad to see everyone here. I'm glad to be here. It's been a crazy past week. Still got lots going on, but it's settled down enough where I'm finally making time for myself. And I've said it before, but making content is actually one of the things that helps me deal with stress the most, helps me process it, helps me just kind of be myself and kind of be an honest me. It's weird to express it, but it's like, I feel like I can't talk about like video games or visual novels or whatever, like these cool stories and narratives and characters with just anybody. You know, like it's not something I can have a casual conversation with anyone. And so this is my outlet. This is my way of doing it. And I love it. I hate it when I miss it, but I also just did not have the means to do it. And so I'm glad to be here, glad to be back. Let's get jumped right into it. So we had the whole blackout situation. Is kind of confirming, at least in my mind, that the black orb is somehow tied to the fall of like the previous empires. Just kind of going through things. We have a mission right now where we are going to, we got her with us. We're going to be going to visit the Black Ornament incident. We're gonna go to talk to the mayor. So the pressure is heading to the Central Factory. Let's follow. But before we do that, I was gonna double check to make sure there's nothing else on the message board. And someone said that I went down and actually technically went to where the book was, and like it technically it even pinged on the screen. I just didn't notice it. So I think I'm gonna take a detour, head south, go back and find that book at that spring real quick, and go back and return it just so I don't end up missing anything. But yeah, other than that, we're just gonna kind of run around, do our stuff, and figure out what the next steps are with this whole interesting mystery we're studying across. So it's cool because like up until now, it's mostly been about like, oh yeah, let's just go be bracers and do bracer things, and like kind of seeing some plots and interesting intrigues going on in the background there. But this time it feels like it's a lot more personal for Joshua and Estelle, which is really neat to see because, you know, this is something that's affected us. This black orb saved our lives at a critical moment. It's also proven to be very interesting and potentially dangerous, so it's something we don't want to see fall into the wrong hands. It's nice to be able to be a part of it. We know it's tied to our father somehow. The stakes are so much more personalized, which is really neat to see. Anyway, I'm going to start sprinting around. Let's get started. Good morning. It's been quite a busy day so far. We've had so many customers coming in thinking last night's incident was due to broken orbments. Makes you realize just how many of Ziess's citizens don't understand orbment technology. Kind of crazy to think about, but it makes sense. Tita, everyone, how are you? Professor Russell's in his workshop on the 3rd floor. He seems pretty impatient, so he seems like he's waiting on something or someone. That's us. 3rd floor. I know you're probably busy during last night, Carl, but could I have a word? I want to discuss Louise. Her original application stated the desire to work on airships. If possible, I'd like to move her to work with our Estelle's orbal engine project. Who do you think as her supervisor? Louise? She's an exemplary research scientist, but she's losing her drive to work on orbal weapon research and design. I agree with her transfer. It'll be good for her. Are you, Louise? Nope. Yesterday's event was quite a surprising phenomena. As far as I know, the event is inexplicable, with only limits to our knowledge of orbal technology. Okay, now where did I put those documents? Hello? Another failure. Grandpa, we came to see if we could help. Hello, Tita. And you two are here as well, I see. What can I say? We were worried. So, what are you working on? Well, as you could see, I'm trying to cut into the black orb, but it hasn't been going very well. What seems to be the problem? Perhaps a demonstration is in order. And click! Wow! What's that thing? It's a circular saw. It's made of special alloy that can cut through basically anything. That ought to do it then. It stopped. I thought that might happen. It's on a smaller scale, but the same phenomena as yesterday. It seems the black orbment is blocking the functionality of other orbits, interfering with them in some way. And I doubt it was solely made for that purpose of killing the lights. Yeah. But Grandpa, doesn't the effect spread like it did last night? Yes, good thinking. This interference with nearby orbits seems to spread out, moving from orbit to orbit like a chain lightning. I'll put in a range about 5 acre. But if there are no orbits powered on within the range, well, then that's where the effect stops. I see. That makes sense. Interesting. So this thing becomes horrifically more devastating the more orbital energy, like, dependent the society is on. So again, heck, this possibly could have knocked out the previous empire. I thought at first it was like a smaller, more modular version of a previous technology, but this might actually be the same technology. Maybe it's developed in a new case, but regardless of whether it is brand new creation or just an old artifact, if the entire nation was so heavily infused with orbital energy and orbital technologies that they had like marvels we can barely comprehend, giant towers all over the world that allowed for like with apparatus that have who knows what they were supposed to be used for. A device like this being activated just once could daisy chain all across an entire empire and could wipe it all out. Especially because if they'd never foreseen a possibility of this type of technology and never taken any precautions against it, like the luckiest people would be people up in the mountains who might have such limited access to orbital technology to begin with that they suddenly would have all the toys. But those toys would be like a dozen, and that could explain the surviving artifacts to this day, and maybe even the start of some of these nations, starting from very small settlements up in the hills that managed to kind of wait out the worst of the collapse and then come back wielding like the very few pieces of technology that managed to avoid the chain reaction, and thus became the foundation for the modern civilized world. However, even with that knowledge, there's simply no way to know why it caused the machine to simply stop without getting a look inside. Very troubling. Is there any way to destroy the thing? Maybe with a good scream and a really hard whack? Don't be ridiculous. Didn't you see the big saw do exactly nothing to it just a moment ago? Well, maybe if you applied a strong enough force that didn't involve orbital technology at all. Like, what if we had like a large rock that we like pulled up with a pulley and dropped on it? Like that would apply an incredible amount of focused pressure, but without orbital like energy involved. Well, yeah. Anyone thought of trying fire? Maybe it'll melt down in a blast furnace or something. If we did that, the insides of it would melt too. Oh yeah, well, it was worth a shot. Actually, it might work. Really? You know a way to burn it open? No, that's not what I meant. Orbital power, that which drives orbments to work, can't be used for this problem. We'll have to find a way that doesn't rely on orbital energy. Is there even such a thing? Yeah. Basic kinetics, a combustion engine. It's a device that burns fuel to generate energy. The idea has been around for a long time, but it's very inefficient when compared to orbital energy. Can you imagine, what if we lived in a world where the inefficient method from day one was combustion? However, all you need to work on them is standard tools. Huh, neat. I get it, fire is the key. But Grandpa, I've never even seen one of them. I'm pretty certain there's one under the study in the central factory workshop. Oh, you'll need to get fuel as well. Like oil or something? No, it's called gasoline and extremely flammable. There's likely a tank or canister of it stored in reserve. Doesn't gasoline separate and go bad? Yes, that should do the job. I'll start getting the tools ready. I'll help. Is there anything we can do? I mean, I can't do anything super technical like Tita can. Well, we could go get the engine and gasoline. Gonna be heavy, but you bracers are strong enough to move it. Okay, leave it to us. So, where would we find these? Huh? Let's see. Don't tell me you've forgotten. I've forgotten. You just said not to say that. Estelle, if you look in the operations room, you could probably find them. What the heck is an operations room? It's a room with a bunch of orbital computers. It's on the 5th floor. We store all kinds of information there for safekeeping. Wow, I didn't know there was such a place. And I'll leave it to your capable hands. Making coffee, fetching stuff. Well played, old man. Well played. Oh well, let's go find the operations room thingy. To the 5th floor, then. Oh, it's okay. I'm gonna try and see if I can run away real quick and take care of that secondary mission. I'm guessing it won't let me, but I've got to try, you know? Break free and all that good stuff. Dang it. Fine, fine. Just, I want to do that. Look at this place. Wow, check out this place. That has to be the operations room. Hey, you too. I haven't seen you before, so you mind telling me what your business you have here? My name's Travis, Senior Engineer and Supervisor. Nice to meet you. We're with the Bracers Guild. We're here to request a Professor Russell, so if... Professor Russell? He's not trouble again, is he? Again? You really don't have much faith in him, do you? No, I mean, I realize he's a genius. He was the one who developed the capable unit, after all. But even after acquainting himself with his results, no end of trouble. Tita, on the other hand, is an incredibly sweet girl, just an all-around good kid. Yeah, I get what you mean. But I don't think we have the time to stand around talking in this case. We need to find where the central factory stores its equipment. Oh, is that what this is all about? In that case, go right ahead. I'll show you how it works. This cylindrical device is a type of computer. It's called a capable. These days, it mostly gets used to assist in airship navigation. But this one's equipped with the fastest general-purpose data processing in the world. It can be used for anything, from calculating material density to information retrieval. Now, for information retrieval, you have to use the front panel to select that mode. This will send a signal through the wires that allow you to access the memory orbit. There's a quartz inside that trains a rapid light pulse on it, you see? Then it simply extracts the data you want. Okay, so this is an operative light system. It's basically using what we use. We use electrical signals to form like 0-1 patterns. It's essentially the binary is the foundation of all language, which is funny because while a computer code, you don't have to deal with binary anymore, but it's all built off of it. So like little bytes and pieces of processing that you work out in C++ and Python and all these other coding languages, they're all premises ultimately off of zeros and ones, the basic foundation code system, but it's usually shortcutted and so like so well established essentially that we just use more complicated languages to diversify the sequence of zeros and ones in smaller like byte forms that makes it easier to transfer data. But it's essentially still based on that principle. And the fun thing is that our brains work off the same principle. Because ones and zeros in a computer are simply ons and off switches of a light, like in a single like circuit. Circuit is either on or off, and like the like a combination of ons and offs in certain patterns to take certain bits of information, and so it can fly near light speed. And as long as it can be registered and read and interpreted, then you have the computer program. Our brains work the same way because we use on-off like electrical signals with our neurons, but what's amazing is that I've got like a beefy computer here. It's running very complicated programs, can do a lot of stuff. That's true. But my entire consciousness, like my brain, which is still far more powerful than any computer I have. I don't know if we might have caught up with computers now. I just don't know that. But the power of your brain is so complicated and handles so much stuff, but it operates so efficiently because like I think we run off less wattage than an LED light bulb. Like, but it does everything for our brain, which is really impressive. But essentially it's the same language, binary. It's just a biological version, and we don't really have like an understanding of the core exact things. We're learning, but we don't know it all. And so it's fun to see when people talk about like how like, oh, AI is never going to become intelligent. It's like, no, it is. The computers from the foundation have all had everything they need to be able to develop a brain. And technically, our computers probably have an intelligence that could be equated to, if programmed correctly with like modern AI programs. You could probably equate a lot of those programs to the intelligence of a worm or a mouse, or even at this point like a parrot or a crow. Like I would say like a parrot or crow because you can get those ones where like they can kind of literally parrot back content that sounds like they're trying to talk to you. Like a parrot. Like a parrot doesn't understand what it's saying truly, but it can sound like it knows what it's talking about. That's what AIs are currently at the level of. They can repeat complicated sound bites and make it sound like you're having a conversation with them. So yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. So I trust you know how that works. Oh yeah, so the whole reason I went on that tangent, he's describing a similar system with the binary basic code system, but they're talking about an orbal that flickers on and off to determine, or maybe a soundboard of these memory orbals that can flicker on and off. And that's the signals that the detector reads. No sweat, no I mean, I'm following it. Yep, no sweat. I'm impressed, Estelle. You're way better with modern technology than I am. Okay, so I lied. All that stuff went completely over my head. Well, here's the setup. You change the modes with this panel. I'm sure you'll figure out in no time. Alright. Orbital calculator, capable system, version 7, copyright CCF 1172 to 1202. Mode, information retrieval, memory check, okay, database access, please input search item. Central factory. Universal, oh. I kind of want to just read it. Alright, Septon Calder, death of Professor C. Epstein is the sovereign state of Lehman. So as for Septon Calder 1155, Professor A. Russell returns to Liberl Kingdom. He proposes to spread of Orbment technology to a chilly reception. 1157, Professor Russell forms a partnership with Ziess Clockmaker Union. Together they establish the Ziess Engineering Factory, later renamed the Central Factory. 1160, Edgar III, after an inspection of the factory, donates a large amount of money to further its research. Professor Russell becomes the first factory chief. Edgar III dies in 1162. Alicia II assumes the throne. 1164, construction is completed on the Langland Bridge. 1168, the first orbital power airship, the Calatrava, is completed. 39 failed test flights before success was achieved. 1173, the Ziess Engineering Factory is renamed Ziess Central Factory and begins sharing technology with the Verne Company and Rainford Company. 1175, the Liberl Orbship Corporation is established and transit commuter airship, the Linda, is commissioned. Whoa, so that was the Linda was the first? Weird. I had no idea that like it was like a heritage like one. Like that was like the first airship, like commuter one. 1177, transit commuter airship, the Cecilia, is commissioned. 1178, factory airship, the Leibniz is completed. 1180, the Ziess Central Factory is dismantled and reconstructed in its current state. The partially underground factory in the Claudia Hills is complete. 1182, Professor Russell resigns from his position as factory chief and is succeeded by Murdoch. 85, Natural Science and Medical Research Divisions are founded. 1187, the passenger ship Eterna sinks in Calvard waters. Crown Prince Judas dies. 1190, the Orbital Network, a joint venture with the Epstein Foundation, is publicly announced. 1192, outbreak of the 100 Days War. The Central Factory is taken by the Erebonian Army. Professor Russell develops patrol airships at Lestine Fortress, which are used to mount a highly effective counteroffensive and soon become central to the Royal Army. 1193. I like how so he was retired, but he still was pivotal in airship development, which is kind of cool. Liberl and Erebonian sign a peace accord. Orbment exports to the Erebonian Empire resume. Version 1.0 of the capable orbital computer is completed. 1199, development commences on the high-speed cruiser, the Araceli. 1202, the Araceli is completed and flight tests commence. Cool. Universal Tech. Oh gosh, we're gonna be here a while. Alright, Orbments. Orbments, general term for a device that draws orbital energy from septium, invented 50 years ago by Professor C. Epstein. The clock tower mechanism inside causes a reaction between quarks, which in turn produces a variety of different phenomena. Their greatest advantage over combustion engines is that the orbital energy within is gradually restored over time with a variety of different phenomena they can produce. They are also much more economically efficient. Crystal circuits. Crystal circuits, or quartz, an electrical current within a crystalline structure made from processed septium fragments, Cephith. They serve as an energy source, but also cause a variety of phenomena which are only seen when they are placed inside an orbment. That would be like the fire and stuff. Septium. A grouping of 7 gemstones found throughout the continent. Prized as jewels for eons, it was also regarded as a symbol of mystery. The invention of technology to refine and process septium fragments too small to use as jewels, called Cephith, and make them into quartz, resulted in a massive increase in the importance of septium as a resource across the continent. Airships. Orbital airships, or orbital ships, commonly regarded as the crowning achievement of the orbital technology, enabling the power of flight by combining a flight engine to control gravity and an orbital engine to provide vast amounts of energy. Because of the need for high-efficiency orbital energy transfer and the complexity of controlling the airship, many modern orbital ships are equipped with highly capable orbital arithmetic logical units. Orbital ships less than 20 agar in length are simply called airships. Orbital weaponry. Any firearm or cannon powered with orbital technology. Currently the most common form of military weapon among many nations, with orbital firearms, energy is focused in a helical path along the barrel, down to a tiny point, which then forces a large metal projectile outward at high velocity. So it's just a gun. These guns can fire more rounds than traditional gunpowder arms in adjustable levels of force. The orbital cannons meanwhile fire shells containing energy which explode on impact. Similar to orbital guns, these have less recoil than gunpowder using cannons, and the power can be similarly adjusted. Man, so you have guns, but they have like none of the downsides of guns. Dang. Tactical ordnance. Ordnance used to manipulate orbital magics, usually no larger than a pocket watch, so its internal workings are extremely minute and elegantly constructed. When quartz designed for tactical ordnance is installed, it improves the abilities of its bearer. When this quartz synchronizes with the bearer, aka the resonance phenomena, the internal mechanism takes over the otherwise complex processes that would be required to use magic. Oh, so magic's independent of orbital energy. So you could use magic, like people can just use magic if they're talented, but the ordnance like shortcut, enhance, and like expand the capabilities. That's interesting. Allowing just about anyone to use it in the form of orbital arts. Furthermore, the arts of the user is able to use can be changed depending on the combination of quartz inside. All right, that's cool. And related topics. I want to start with the one I don't know. Well, okay, that's a combustion engine. A machine generates usable energy by burning fuel within, less efficient than orbital counterparts due to issues with gaseous exhaust and noise pollution. Combustion engine number owned 1. Owner Maintenance Chief Gustav. Gasoline. Gasoline, a liquid derived from the purification of naturally occurring hydrocarbon compound known as petroleum, used primarily to fuel for combustion engines such as an industrial solvent. Republic manufactured gasoline. Emergency stores, 20 mid-sized tanks. Repository, Orbment Manufacturing Factory. And Hullage vehicle. Orbital Hullage vehicle. Any wheeled vehicle powered by orbital energy, widely considered uncomfortable to ride and very limited in speed, primarily used for transporting cargo. Orbital powered vehicle. Owner, no data. Repository, underground factory, entrance. wait, before I go, I just like... So, Maintenance Chief Gustav and the manufacturing factory. So you found what you were looking for. Wow, it's like a magic box or something. Orbital computers really are something. I understand it. Professor Russell's teacher, Professor Epstein, was responsible for the original concept. But it was Professor Russell's talent that made the idea into reality. If only his presence of mind were on par with his intelligence. Well, adios isn't one to bestow 2 blessings in one person. By the way, where can we find the guy that has one of these combustion engine thingies? The maintenance chief, right? Where is he? He's currently overseeing the airfield, if you have to go there to speak to him. Also, the gasoline is likely in Orbment Manufacturing in the basement. Take the staff there, and I'm sure they'll be happy to get it for you. Maintenance Chief Gustav is down in the airfield working on combustion engine, and the gasoline is in the basement Orbment Manufacturing facility. Thanks, you've been a big help. Think nothing of it. Let me know if you need anything else. The airfield, huh? Where the heck is that? Well, let's go to the basement first, get what we know we can get. How much do I bet like one of these? I know we have to deliver. I was looking for the person. I thought they'd be down here because I remember there were people being down there before. Okay, here we go. What kind of guy is he? I tried asking her friends, but they didn't tell me much. I just can't concentrate. Oh, this is a staircase. Excuse me. What's that? May I help you? Estelle and Joshua explained the task to them sent by Professor Russell. You need gasoline? I think we have a tank of it back in storage somewhere. I'll check for you. Is she the one who is being transferred to the Araceli? Faye, use the intercom. This is Faye. Got a request down here. We still have that tank of calivered gasoline there in the warehouse, right? Can you send some down? Yeah, enough to carry. Thanks. They're sending some for you right now. Sending? Ah, holy! There we are. It's just a gas can. Is this gasoline? So that's what their sending is. Neat, isn't it? This conveyor belt system isn't just for ordering goods. It's an entire network that connects the whole facility. Convenient! Professor Russell invented it. Originally, it was just a series of tubes for sending products back and forth, but the professor completely rebuilt the system into something a lot more useful. Of course, getting all the infrastructure in place was a gigantic pain in the... I can only imagine. We have to be on our way. Thank you for your help. No problem. I don't know what you're using it for, but be careful with the gasoline. It has a tendency to fireball. Obtain gasoline tank. Now we need to find whatever the maintenance guy is. He's at the airfield. Airfield. Do I have anything that tells me where that could be? Like the fortress? No, I don't think it's there. Maybe on the first floor they can give me an idea. Like they have like the person who's like, I can help you if you have questions. Oh. We got gasoline, so we need to see Maintenance Chief Gustav. The Maintenance Chief's probably the airship boarding platform. He only comes back to the factory if there's some kind of official business for him. Airship boarding factory. Could that be the landing port? That would make sense. Talk to me! Hi, you need a flight? The westbound airship just departed a few moments ago. No, thank you. We don't need an airship right now. Actually, we need to talk to Gustav, was it? You mean the maintenance chief? Yeah, he's not here at the moment. What? What do you mean not here? He went to Lestian Fortress 2 or 3 days ago. Some kind of repair emergency on a military patrol ship? Lestian Fortress? As in the largest base of the Royal Army out by Lake Valeria? Up in the north part of Ziess. Wonderful. You won't be coming back from there anytime soon. So what do we do about the professor's request? I don't know anything about that, but the chief is actually on his way back. He just sent word to us. Oh. Oh, hey, an airship. Speak of the devil. Here it comes. That is totally clipping into the structure around. I wonder if that originally wasn't on the screen, like it was cut off. An orange airship. Hold the phone. Since when are public airships orange? No, that doesn't look like a regular public airship. The shape is wrong, and it's got the work arms all over it. Now that you mention it, that's the central factory vessel, the Leibniz. It's the same model as the public transport, but it had several modifications. It's used for large-scale maintenance and transport. Huh, a flying factory. Then the maintenance chief is on that airship? That's right. Now's your chance. You need to talk to him, no? We do. Thanks a lot. Yes, thank you. Sweet. I love the scale of this place. It's just so big. It's cool. What do you want? The Leibniz is a mountain of parts stored on her. It's dangerous, so stay clear. Actually, we're looking for someone. Isn't there a maintenance chief by the name of Gustav on this ship? What do you want with me? Oh, well, that's convenient. Estelle explained that Professor Russell had asked for them to find a borrowed combustion engine. Ha, you're running errands for Russell, are you? The combustion engine. You got a good timing, I'll give you that. Huh? Hang on a sec. He just has it. Does he actually have one packed onto the ship? Looks like it. There you go. It's heavy beast, so be careful. Combustion engine. Wow, you weren't kidding. But we can manage to carry it. Hey, you got some spirit to you for a young girl. Ha ha ha, I like it. Thanks. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, a little coincidence. That old fart wanted this thing right after I got back from the military. Huh? From the military? Yeah, this thing was on loan to them for a little while. They were using it for some kind of research. As a matter of fact, I only just got it back today. Huh, lucky for us. What if they are researching the same thing we have? What's wrong? Oh, it's nothing. Now that we've got what we need, why don't we take it back to the professor? Sure thing. Thank you, Mr. Maintenance Chief. Sure. Give my regards to the old man. Sweet. Off we go. Now, because I'm paranoid, I'm gonna try before I go all the way back and check with the Bracers Guild just to make sure we're not missing anything. If you all got me paranoid, and I got me paranoid, it's all of us. I keep being paranoid, and you keep. Oh my gosh! Tested for new sneaker model wanted. Any Bracers involved in a wide range of activities are welcome. If you think your legs are up to the task, come see me in the laboratory on the 4th floor in Central Factory. All testers get a free pair of shoes, so act now. I just bought new shoes. Dang it! What is my rotten luck? But okay, you know, I'm glad I checked the board. That's why I'm paranoid. Listening yesterday was quite successful for everyone. Things here were mostly like usual, but everyone else was rushing about until all hours. When I came in this morning, I found Antonion asleep in my bed. Poor little dear was exhausted. Antonion? Why, that's the cat's name. Antonion has been living in the Central Factory for quite some time now. He doesn't have an owner that tends to be cared for by anyone who feels the urge. Oh, is that the one we saw before? He's kind of like everybody's cat. I suppose you could say that. Though I'm sure Antonion has a little desire to be formally owned by any one person. You'll be friendly to him if you see him around the factory. Of course. Now that I've introduced you to Antonion, I believe it's time for me to return to my work. Don't you have something you need to do yourselves? Yeah, we gotta get the gasoline combustion engine. Thank you for the help. Goodbye. Meow. I wish I could remember what that cat book said. Oh, right, the tomato room. Received a cervic potato. I made a guess, and apparently because it's kind of a running joke about these nasty tasting tomatoes, but I was wondering, like, I'm still calling my guess, because I was actually at the time, and still occasionally do, I was watching like those border security shows where they talk about like the stuff they do, border checkpoints, they like where they check people for like bad passports or visa requirements, or if they're bringing like products that could harm the natural environment in the area. And a lot of times food, like natural food, like plants, can be a problem, because if you bring like a plant in and it can drop its seeds somehow, like you drop it or lose it, or you plant it intentionally and you grow something that's not supposed to be part of that environment, it can totally like throw the environment into chaos or introduce diseases that can cause problems. So I thought it was funny, like I got the tomato and you guys pointed out, I was like, oh, it's a running joke of the series. I was like, wouldn't it be hilarious? Because I think I said it in the comments, but wouldn't it be hilarious if her taking the tomato inadvertently leads it to it spreading like a plague across like all the different lands and becoming like a staple of like food, because it's like the only thing that like it just overruns like almost all the other fields and plants. Anyway, I only managed to make a prototype, just been waiting for testers. I can do in the meantime some fine tuning for the install. Excuse me. We came because we saw your posting on the bulletin board. Oh, you're finally here. I was getting a little tired of waiting. My name's Terry. I'm a researcher here at the Central Factory. I'm Estelle, racer in training. I'm Joshua. It's nice to meet you. Likewise. Getting started with the business. I have a task for you. Do your schedules allow for it? Yeah. Sure. I don't see a problem with it. The request said you needed help with testing a new style of sneaker. Could you give us a little more detail? Oh, certainly. But first, here. Estelle received Alpha Strega. Is he a new kind of sneaker? Yes, the Strega Corporation is conducting research on new projects to bring to market. This particular test requires you to wear these prototypes around various places. Upon the successful completion of the test, all that will remain is to put them into production. I see. Hey, just a second there, buddy. You say the Strega Corporation? Yeah? So this is a new line of sneakers. Yes, it's the Strega Corporation's newest product. Didn't I just say all this? Oh, great audios!
Thank you for bestowing this us, this magnificent job.
You alright? Why the sudden prayer? Don't mind her. Estelle's something of a sneaker collector. More to the point, she's pretty much adores the Strega brand ones. Oh, so you might say she has a sneaker mania then. Just a little taken aback by her reaction. Estelle, would you snap out of it? I get that you're excited, but we have work to do.
Yeah, you are correct.
Well, you certainly have the spirit. Scary amount, in fact. So, will you do the test? Please don't pray at me again.
Yes, absolutely.
See what I mean? It's alright. Please proceed. So we'll take the job. But you want us to wear these shoes everywhere we go?
Yes, that's correct. From the Elmo Spa to the Wolf Fort, all the way to Sanctum Gate. And when you feel like you've tested them out properly, bring them back to me. The layer between the sole and insole is my responsibility, so I have to see how it holds up. So you need to report back when we have the chance. That at least. Now see if you can wear them out. Just leave it to me.
If you'll excuse us. Alright, first thing first, we put them on if we haven't already. And, of course, she's gonna put them on. So it reduces movement, but otherwise it's pretty solid. Now, so if we need to move around, I wonder if I can do that now or I have to do it later. If I can do it now, that'd be great. Once I've worn out these sneakers down, I'll have to report back. Nope, wrong floor. Dang it. He's on the 3rd floor.
We're back.
And we bought what you asked for. Excellent.
Thank you.
Hand over the combustion engine, hand over the gasoline tank.
You weren't kidding about how heavy this thing is.
Yes, your brute strength was most useful, girl. Perfect timing, too, as I've just finished preparing the tools. All that's left is set up the engine and put the gas in it. If you'll go put it on the finishing touches, Tita?
Yes, sir.
Holy crap, that engine was huge! That's all set.
Wow, this thing's chunky looking. Are all these engines like this? Yeah, it converts the energy given burning gas to power the tools.
This is why they don't so this way they don't need orbital energy. Indeed. Now let's not dawdle. Let me flip the switch. I hope they have venting in this room, otherwise it's gonna get real stinky in here. And click!
Jeez, this thing makes a racket.
It's definitely a lot louder than normal engines. I got like shaking. This is one of its drawbacks, yes. But I doubt we'll need to fear activating the black orbit this way. Let's get started.
Oh. Whoa!
That's some serious sparkage. Okay, shut it down for now. We'll see how much physical punishment it can take and how much punishment our ears can take as well. Estelle and the others crowded around to get a closer look. This tiny scratch is faintly visible.
That's it? That's incredible, and with the special alloy saw too.
Whatever it's made of, it's tougher than anything I've ever seen. But if we keep at it, I believe this will work. We're going to get through quite a few saw blades, though.
So it's gonna be a real test of patience, huh?
Hey, Professor, can I talk to you for a second? Oh, have you already finished the modifications? Oh, of course I have. Remember who you're talking to. Anyway, what is it? Something wrong? I just received a message from the hotel in Elmo for you. The orbital-powered pump that supplied the hot water for their spa is broken down. Since they can't make any money like this, they'd like you to come try and fix it. Ah, you must be kidding. Dang it, all the time for this to happen. If you're busy, then why don't you send another engineer over? No, that pilot junk's at least 40 years old. The younger techs have no idea what to do with anything of that state-of-the-art. What a pain in the...
Grandpa, maybe I could go over and do the repairs, you think?
Tita?
You took me there to help with maintenance before. I think it'll be fine if I just go.
I'd say you might do a fine job in the repairs. It's not what concerns me. Agreed, there are monsters on the roads.
But we can't just leave Miss Mao like that.
Obviously.
If that's the problem, why don't you let us handle it? Huh?
It's a bracer's duty to ensure the safety of Liberl's roadways.
Therefore, sending Tita arrives at her destination safely is our responsibility. Well, it's another story. If you get along with her, then we don't need to worry.
All right then. Thank you.
Are you sure this is okay? Don't worry about it. Kid shouldn't be sweating the details so much.
If you're ready, let's go.
Thanks, both of you. Thank you. Okay, Grandpa, Mr. Murdoch. We'll be back soon.
Take care, dear. Be careful out there. Right. Well, looks like we might encounter monsters, which means we gotta get our orbment set up. I also probably should try and unsteal her orb slots if I can, which I should be able to. Let's do that first and see if there's any more missions and start walking around. Because if I can finally leave the city, I should do a big long walk and see if I can work these shoes in.
So, Elmo, that's kind of fun. There's a hot spring there, right? Right, it's a real nice place. My grandpa's taken me there a few times.
Well then, let's set out. Just go south the entrance, right?
Right, then follow along the south road to get there. Okay, let's go.
Bum, ba da 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 da.
Hello, you two. I heard you were on your way to Elmo. I swear, Kilika, you got as sharp as ears than anyone I've met. Hazel from the factory called me with the information. We have your assignment. It's the port mission for the professor. Elmo may not be that far away, but stay on the alert. We will. Time to get going. See you.
We'll return soon. Oh my gosh, look at these! Ah! Helage Village a vehicle search. A Helage vehicle headed for the Wolf Fort hasn't arrived yet, but is supposed to ages ago. Bracer in the branch is serving as its escort, but I fear they may have run into trouble. Please send the Trat Plains Road for them. Okay, so it's a vehicle. Potent ingredient. Ben, looking for a powerful ingredient used in new menu items currently under consideration for Frugal Bar. Is this guy again? Anyone who appropriates items on hand, please bring them to me. I am extremely busy, however, so please do not seek me out for details or clarification. So, like, what are we supposed to get? He just needs an ingredient. What's that mean? Smoker's Revolt. It appears that someone has filched some cigarettes that were being stored in a cabinet to the clinic. Please find the dirty crook who did this ASAP. Can see me in the fourth floor at the clinic to witness info, possible suspects. And Ritter Road Monster. Ferocious monster known as the Mercury Viper has been spotted roving the Ritter Roadway. Bracers from the branch are requested to deal with the threat immediately. Very cool. All right, we got lots of good stuff to do. And look at these. These are short. We gotta make sure to do these quickly. Helage vehicle search. Head into the Wolf Fort. Smoker's Revolt. Potent ingredient. Okay. But where are we supposed to... Like, I need more information than just looking for a powerful ingredient to be used in menu items. Is he at the Frugal Bar, maybe? Okay. Well, we got more missions. Yeah! Let's see if we can find this Frugal Bar. I feel like it's probably here in town somewhere.
Look at that, the main clock is slow. I thought Blackout's responsible. Well, be sure to take a look at it in a teeny bit.
Good old Igor. Full of spirit and vinegar like usual. Wonder if it could trouble you to look at the clock. It's been running slow lately. Yeah, this is the Frugal Bar. Okay. There he is. When working, we usually end up eating traditional food found in Ziess. It doesn't have much going in terms of subtlety. But if you need something to jolt your head back into games, Ziess cooking is it. I'd really like to see some measures taken to allow me to choose our meals. Who knows, inspiration could come from some of the strangest places. How about it with the Ursus isn't around? It gets busier here at lunchtime to make your head spin. Hey. Alright, so ingredients. Oh, hello there.
You have a minute? We saw the posting on the bulletin board and brought some ingredients.
Please, let me see. May I see that tomato for a moment? Oh, it's the Asic tomato! Hand it over the acerbic tomato. Smells nothing like a regular tomato, much stronger than I'm used to. Let me try it. Oh, bleh! What is this? It's terrible. My taste buds have been violated.
See, it's just gross. Maybe it'll be a good research, but I can't see anyone wanting to eat it.
Well, it sure can't be eaten as is. But it certainly has an interesting flavor and scent. With the right preparation, it could be a useful ingredient for cooking, maybe.
Doesn't it worry you to eat something that nasty?
No, I found strongly bitter foods tend to be very good for one's health, but they don't kill you anyway. And traditional Ziessian cooking calls for some very strong ingredients.
I'm not sure I want to try that.
There, that should be just the right level of bitterness, so nice to complement the dish. Here, treat the first try of my newest dish. Consider it my thanks for introducing me to such amazing food. Proceed tomato sandwich.
I think let's save this for later.
Now I need to get back to work. Thanks for everything today.
Okay, see you later.
Excuse us. Phone ingredient complete. Yeah! That was easy. Just stole a genetically altered tomato, stuffed it into the guy's face, and he was happy with it. Okay. Let's see, what are we gonna do now? Oh, yep, need to go back to the 4th floor and get that report and see if we can track down the cigarettes.
I swear, this time you're getting away. Hi, Dr. Miriam. Hi there. Oh, good afternoon. Oh my, so many of you. We saw your posting on the bulletin board. Hey, might help if we introduce ourselves, huh? I'm Estelle, Junior Bracer.
I'm Joshua, also a junior bracer. We heard there might be a case for us here.
Yes, I'd certainly say so. If you can, it'd be ideal if you started your investigation at once. Do you think that'd be possible? Yeah. Okay then.
I know this is urgent, but can you provide us with more details?
Well, it's not complicated tale to tell. Someone took my cigarettes that were in this cabinet. Is this a medical office? Why would you even have cigarettes here?
Under my supervision, this factory has observed a no smoking policy for the last several years. Any confiscated tobacco is kept in here. Which would mean that anyone who had anything confiscated immediately suspect. Since what was it taken? Since what was taken probably belongs to the individual to begin with.
You're probably right. I'm inclined to agree. It took so much work to get the smoking ban established. If I just let this go, it'll completely undermine the entire policy.
First of all, we should talk to the people that were smokers to begin with. Would you happen to know who they would be?
My first suggestion would be Supervisor Travis from Operations. He's always been a heavy smoker. Plus, he's never really accepted the ban. He's got motive. Okay, sounds like a good place to start. So I'll make a note of it. There's also Hugo in the design room. I think he's currently arranging a meeting in the 1st floor lobby. The people who've worked here the longest tend to be the smokers. Okay.
So there's Travis from Operations room and Hugo on the 1st floor. Is there anything else you can tell us? If not, we can go ahead and get started.
Well, I don't know if it'll be any use to you, but there was an eyewitness. Huh? Yeah, that might be a lead.
And who was the eyewitness?
He's right behind you. Antion?
No, we need the cat translation book.
Miago. Cat? I did say I wasn't sure it would actually help.
Yeah, you did.
But Anton's a really smart cat. He might remember who took the cigarettes. Indeed, you bring him along in your search, he might prove you with a useful clue. He might not have a good sense of smell of the dog, but he's still quite impressive. That's a hope anyway. If you bring along some fresh milk, I'm sure he'd be more than happy to follow you. In light of the lack of other clues, I'd like to try. Sure, can't hurt.
If we'll find anything to note, we'll be back to let you know.
I'll be waiting. Whoever did this absolutely must be caught.
Okay. Do I still have the cat translation book? Because it seems like I might need it. Doesn't look like it. Give him fresh milk.
Here you go, Antion. Some nummy milk.
Yes, we have a 4th companion! We better not get in a fight with him here, though. We absolutely have to finish this mission before we leave, because we're not taking him out into the field where he's gonna get killed by a monster. Hello again. Did you find what you were looking for?
Oh, yeah, we did. We're just looking for something different now.
Different? Yeah, some cigarettes were taken from the clinic. Huh, someone actually did that. I imagine you're being kept pretty busy. Have you been in the clinic any time today? No, I haven't. I've been here all day. You're welcome to search the room if you want.
Well, he doesn't seem suspicious. Yeah, I think he's a dead end.
Well, I'm still under suspicion.
Oh, right. What do you think, Antion? Meow? No reaction. So much for that, then.
Sorry about taking your time. We appreciate your future cooperation with our investigation. Sure, no problem. Sounds like people have been talking about it, though. Okay, do anything on here now? Nope, it's all the same. First floor. It also might be worth checking the roof, because that might be somewhere where someone might smoke to get away with it. What, are you serious? One of the researchers of the Orbital Engine project quit. Yes, we thought we talked him into reconsidering, but apparently there were circumstances. His official resignation notice came today. I see. This is a problem. The whole project was to be for Araceli. Can't get this started. Our hopes of actually using the Araceli are finished. I know. We can't keep the old model engine in the Araceli. I understand how quickly we need to find a replacement. We should at least look at a chance to get a fresh point of view on the project. Interesting. I'm so confused. All I did was ask for a heating ornament and they handed me this telephone book. All these different models. I don't have a clue where I should start looking. Oh, wait. Slot. Yes. 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 All right. Real quick. I'm gonna get her set up. Did a customer over there? It's what we might call a layman. No orbital knowledge whatsoever. You think I should try to explain all the work? Not a good idea. You probably just could start moaning and groaning and such. Okay, well, who's trying to give this tour? Oh, I have the inn in Elmo, in the Elmo from the factory chief. Going to Elmo, I hear? That's right. I helped there before, so it makes sense I go. We also have a responsibility to protect you on your trip. We'll see you there safely. I've already contacted the Bracer Guild. Please set it that Tita arrives safely in Elmo. No worries. Shall we go then? We have other investigations to do. Where's this dude on the first floor? You want to go outside? If so, we'll have to send Antion home. Cancel. Oh, here he is. Gosh darn it. What is it? Sorry, I'm in the middle of something important. Come back later if you need me. I just don't get the feeling he particularly wants to be questioned. Oh yeah, any reaction out of Antion? Meow? Nothing. Guess neither of them's the culprit. No clues to be there. As a stand, we should keep on looking. There may be hints somewhere in there, like Dr. Miriam said. Guess you're right. Hints in where? In like the actual room? I still think the roof is the best place, or that balcony. Not seeing anything. According to this data, no doubt that during the blackout, all orbits suddenly and utterly ceased activity. I think we should compact the barrel more. We're not taking full advantage of the high orbital pressure threshold. Yes, sir, that's true. But won't doing so make the overall unit too top-heavy? I believe this configuration is better given the current housing imbalance. That may be true, but it may not be. It might be part of my design. But it's not part of my design philosophy. I'm trying to maximize output with our technical limits. Yes, sir. Don't we also factor usability into our design? That lowers efficiency. Luis, we need you to start pushing limits more like a proper engineer. It's your last chance. Get it together. Or is she the one that's asking for a transfer and he's like freaking out? What's that scene from Spillman from Operations? I've never even seen him before. He doesn't look like much, does he? You know, he does look like the kind of guy who's always washing his hands and stuff. I believe the catapult's efficiency was directly related to the orbital shutdown. I believe that when the orbitals shut down, it was able to do a complete reset. We could use that as a new maintenance technique. Turn it off and turn it back on again, huh? The shelf holds a book entitled Tomorrow's Cooking. Let's read it. Here we are. Cooking is Science, Recipes for the New Millennium. Today I'll be introducing one of my newest cooking recipes specifically for those readers of this book. And the recipe is none other than, drumroll please, yes, wait. Oh, no. These are the books that we found, and they were replaced, so... Kitty talk, yes! Okay. Nya, you're absolutely right. Nya, go this way. Nya, this is it. And I need to, like, write this down. Okay, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna take a picture of this. Because I want to have a guide, like, easily on hand. Because I can't just, I don't want to run all the way back there every time. God, this is going to be weird. This is going to be one of those weird pictures I have to explain someday. That's helpful. Very helpful indeed. Meow, go. Meow, there you go. Hold up. Huh? Meow, go again. Hold up. Does anything seem strange about this door to you? This room is... Yeah, unlikely, but let's head on in and make sure. Alright. Oh. What's wrong? No. Let's see. This is it. That's what he's saying. This is it. Antonio. Antony. Why are you so fussy? Meow. Meow. Yep. This is it. This is it. What's this? Looks like we found the culprit. Yeah. Huh? What are you talking about? Mr. Murdoch, you went to the clinic today, didn't you? Huh? No, I didn't. We're currently looking for a cigarette, so we're taken from there. Would you mind if we search the room for a bit? Sure, go ahead. Okay, we'll start immediately. Did you find anything? Miyago. Okay, that's one, this way, one guiding. In there? Let's try and find the key. Gotta be here somewhere. Sure thing. Oh. Examine the book on the desk. Found the back room key. Ashtray cigarettes. Haha, found them. Which would likely mean... No, Mr. Murdoch couldn't have. Well, it's a shock, that's for sure. I wouldn't have suspected. No, you've got it all wrong! This is all just one big misunderstanding. I was just going to take one quick puff and then put the rest of them back in the clinic. Chief Murdoch, I think you ought to come and explain yourself to Dr. Miriam. Oh, no. I have to say, I'm simply amazed. I never would have suspected you, of all people. I'm sorry. I just needed a smoke. I can't really explain it any other way than saying this craving got the better of me. Dr. Miriam, I really am sorry. Mr. Murdoch, you know perfectly well the rule has been in place for quite some time. You're right. Come up, 10 years now. Huh? Oh yeah. So when did this sudden uncontrollable urge come from then? Honestly, I'm not so sure myself. After we had the orbital power outage, I heard no end of complaints from the townsfolk. Guess it got to be too much. I needed to smoke to help cool me down. Mr. Murdoch, I'm sorry. This is all because of what Grandpa and I did. No, Tita. You haven't done anything wrong, so don't apologize. This doesn't really even have anything to do with the professor. Maybe you should took a little break or something. It seems to me like this is all just because of too much stress. I do understand your situation, Mr. Murdoch. I think what I'm willing to forgive and forget in this case. Really? Instead, I'm going to insist that you take a decent break. You're just going to ruin your health if you go on like this. You're right. Once things settle down a little bit, I'll plan on using some of my vacation time. I'm still sorry for this whole mess, though. It's water under the bridge. You need to focus on your health. I will. I guess I'll be going now. Good luck, Mr. Murdoch. Whew, that's kind of sad. Not like he was trying to cause any trouble or anything. Be that as it may, the factory is still his responsibility. Well, that much is true. Now I really must thank you all. You handled this case brilliantly. You're welcome. I think half the credit has to go to Antion, though. Yeah, no kidding. I'm glad my suggestion bore fruit. I trust you'll be nice to him as you should meet him again. Of course. Well, thank you again for your help. I'll be certain to call upon you again should another incident arise. Glad to help. I think we'll be on our way then.
See you later.
Smoker's revolt. Revolt completed. Oh wait, let's see it. Nya 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 is expression of delight. Aw, so cute. And I'm translating cat. And I have that on my phone, so when we meet future cats, I should be able to translate them as well. Alright, to the Bracers Guild. Report. Potent ingredient. We have 1,000 Mira. Smoker's Revolt. 2,000 Mira. Current rank Junior Bracers 3rd class.
Welcome back. Looks like you finished your job. If you clear any other contracts, make sure you come here to report it.
Alright. And then we have all of these are already accepted. So we are going to do the running of the shoes, vehicle search, and the road monster. We're also going to go and oh, did I fail that one? I did, didn't I? Oh, no, it's just not listed here. Yeah, okay. So, it's still in progress. Good, okay. So, we have some missions to do. We got some exploring to do, but I think we're going to end here for today. That was a heavy episode, so while it's not the longest recording session I've done, I know a lot of that's not going to get cut. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and just take a break here. Next week, we'll go adventuring outside and do all these, like, outside missions. You know, probably, like, circling around the countryside. And then, probably, maybe even trying to turn in the shoes thing before we actually go to the park. Taking out the monster. And then we'll go to the Elmo Park, fix the machine, get the book, and head back. So, a lot of exciting stuff for next week, but all in good fun. I'm excited to see how it plays out. And having 3 people now to take out the next monster sounds like a plan to me. So, I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are as well. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you all being a part of the channel here, being able to share these adventures with me. Oh, it's good to be back here. I feel so much better. It's just like I said, it's just so nice. Like a comforting experience to be able to be here and do this. So, I'm really grateful to be able to share this with you all. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you especially to the patrons. You're all making it so, and the channel members, of course, because started that up as well. It's been nice being able to know that you can be there to support me, to be able to give me resources to help me make better content, to get access to more games, to have more art on the channel. Like, it all means the world to me. But don't think you have to be a supporter in that regard. Just being here watching the video is more than enough. So thank you so much. And until next video watching me, we'll see me next. I'll see you there.